Today, let us reflect on Mother Mary as our model for growing in the virtues of faith and obedience. Mary was God's chosen vessel. In the Bible, the word vessel implies something similar to a vase or a utensil that has the capacity to hold something that is poured into it. St. Paul speaks of our bodies as being earthen vessels or as clay vases. God refers to St. Paul as a chosen vessel. Mary was God's chosen vessel. The word chosen implies that she was special, precious, valued, and prized. She was the most favored one of the Lord, in that she is the recipient of His exceptional grace. God sent His angel Gabriel to Nazareth to this young Mary, who was then engaged to marry Joseph of the house of David. And the angel Gabriel visited Mary and greeted her and said to her, "Hail, thou art highly favored. The Lord is with thee. Behold, you will conceive in your womb and bring forth a son, and you shall call his name Jesus." Naturally, Mary was perplexed and troubled by such words from the angel of the Lord. She tried to reason out with the angel and was confused in her mind, in her thinking. She knew that this risked social stigma, potential rejection from Joseph, and would have to face conflicts and danger when she accepted her role in God's plan. Nevertheless, Mary chooses trust over faith. With profound humility, with deep faith and trust in her God, she responded, "Behold, the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done to me according to thy word." Here, Mary took a leap in faith. She had to let go of her plans and say yes to a life of faith. All through her life's journey, Mary maintained deep humility, directing all praise to God and acknowledging her role as a servant. Mary's obedience to God was characterized by her yes to the Archangel Gabriel, represents a total, humble submission to the divine will despite personal risks and confusion. Hers was a contemplative heart. She is recognized for pondering or reflecting God's word and on the mysteries of her life in her heart, rather than demanding immediate answers. Her life was a continuous, prayerful dialogue with God, making her a model of inner peace and reliance on the divine. Mary's faith and obedience to God was not a passive disposition either. By her life, Mary teaches us that faith is more than simple assent. Faith is also trust, commitment, obedience, and submission. As the handmaid of the Lord, she trusted God's plan, made her faith active through humility, quiet contemplation, and serving others. Immediately after accepting her mission, she traveled over the hill countryside to help her cousin Elizabeth, showcasing her faith in action. Again, Mary's obedience to God was not a single act, but a lifelong devotion and commitment to God's purpose. Her obedience was a trusting obedience. She displayed blind or radical obedience to God's will, even in times of uncertainty and trial, such as the birth of baby Jesus in a stable, or fleeing in fear to Egypt with the child. At the wedding at Cana, Mary directed the servants to do whatever he tells you, reinforcing her obedience to Jesus' mission. Her steadfastness at the cross is unexplainable. She remained obedient and faithful, experiencing intense sorrow while standing by her son. Her perseverance and courage are beyond human understanding. She remained steadfast at the foot of the cross, demonstrating heroic perseverance, patience, and courage in the face of immense suffering. Having reflected briefly on Mary's virtues of faith and obedience, let us now ask, what are the takeaways for us from here? Mary's unwavering surrender to God's will, her fiat, her profound trust despite limited understanding, and her lifelong obedience from the Annunciation to the cross make her a preeminent model for transforming our character through virtue. Second, her faith and prayer transforms doubt into confidence, reminding us that trusting God in uncertain circumstances, in quiet contemplation, can build up and strengthen our spiritual and emotional stability. 3. Mary's compassion transforms kindness into service. Visiting Elizabeth and others in need shows us that true love is expressed through caring for others, cultivating empathy and generosity. Mary's obedience to God transforms her faith into action, just as her patience and perseverance transformed the challenges in her life into strengths. Enduring trials with love and faith can lead to our self-transformation, developing resilience and inner strength in us. Let us try to emulate Mary's life of faith and her life of obedience, and make these the values and virtues of our own life, leading to self-transformation and resilience and strength.